Just ahead on CTV News, the council chair and vice chair host a prayer breakfast.
Anything that impacts the community, we as the faith community want to be a part of it, and we think this is very, very important in that effort.
Plus, the Maryland Democratic Party brings its Talkback tour to Prince George's.
We'll be going to St. Mary's, Carroll, you name it. We're visiting every jurisdiction here in the state of Maryland.
And Maryland's top Senate Democrat is pushing back against a plan to redraw the state's congressional maps. All that and more on CTV News, starting now.
Good evening. This is CTV News for September 18th. I'm Jonathan Hunter.
And I'm Anaya Falcon. Thank you so much for joining us. The power of prayer and community was on full display this morning in District 7. Community members, county leaders, law enforcement, and faith leaders came together to help bridge the gap between government and faith. The Power Breakfast, or the Prayer Breakfast, took place at the Maple Springs Baptist Church in Capitol Heights.
Right now, the country's in crisis, and we understand that faith is a real big part of Prince George's County, and we wanted to bring some pastors together to talk about what can we do at the intersection between the church and government. We also know the community sometimes feels like the church doesn't show up in a way, and so that's what the conversation is mainly about.
Well, we want them to understand that they don't need to fear, that God is still sovereign, that God is still in control, and we are trusting God for everything.
And a gospel concert is scheduled for tomorrow at the Ebenezer AME Church in Fort Washington from 7 to 10 p.m. Musical artists like Ty Tribbett, Kiara Sheard, and J.J. Harrison are slated to perform.
Could giving grocery stores the chance to sell beer and wine motivate them to come to the county? That's something the county council is considering in hopes of addressing the food desert situation. Council members are asking state lawmakers to approve a pilot which would allow grocery stores to sell beer and wine. Specifically, they would like to see a grocery store in Sea Pleasant. Councilwoman Shayla Adams Stafford believes the pilot could attract more grocery stores to the area.
A lot of grocery stores, they're hesitant to come into many spaces in Maryland because they can't sell that. And it would be, specifically in a specific section, a specific area. But grocery stores want to make a profit, and this is one other way for them to make a profit. And so that incentivizes grocery stores to come into communities.
And Adam Stafford says they want to make sure this is done the right way. That's why the council is taking time to study the issue. The search for a local woman wanted for her grandmother's murder is now over. Police found 28-year-old Briante Thomas this afternoon inside of her Fort Washington home. This comes after police were at the house on Sunday for a welfare check and found her grandmother, Helen Thomas, suffering from stab wounds. She later died on the scene. According to the investigation, a male family member was also stabbed. They are now in stable condition. Thomas is now in custody, facing first and second degree murder charges.
And meanwhile, tensions run high as immigration agents make an arrest. Montgomery County leaders are trying to calm fears after an immigration arrest was made right outside Eastern Middle School in Silver Spring. According to WTOP, parents say two heavily armed masked men chased and handcuffed two men along the sidewalk as kids were being dropped off. Superintendent Thomas Taylor called it a federal immigration enforcement action and reminded families the school system allows and follows strict protocols. When federal agents come on campus, officials are urging immigrant families to have a preparedness plan and contact the Gilchrist Immigration Service Resource Center for help.
A new audit found several problems with the state's Social Services Administration dating back to 2008. The 70-page document released by the Office of Legislative Audits found 7 sex offenders were living at the same address as foster children, plus 280 foster children were placed in hotels under unlicensed supervision. Auditors also found the administration failed to ensure adults convicted of crimes were not living at the homes in the state's guardianship program. The SSA released a statement saying the safety and well-being of children is their top priority.
And while some service workers at BWI Airport say they're risking their health every day, they filed one of Maryland's first complaints under the new heat stress law, alleging dangerous conditions while working for ground contractor AGI. The workers claim they are getting no breaks during extreme heat, no running water, and unsafe vehicles. One worker was even forced to handle luggage for hours after being sprayed with human waste. These non-union workers are calling for action before things get worse.
Maryland's top Senate Democrat is pushing back against a plan to redraw the state's congressional map before the next census. Delegate David Moon and Senator Clarence Lamb say they'll introduce bills to rework Maryland's 8 districts, partly in response to Texas and other states where Republicans have redrawn maps to boost their power. But Senate President Bill Ferguson is pushing back, warning that constantly shifting lines sets a terrible precedent and risks undermining democracy. Governor Wes Moore says he's open to reviewing the maps, but any move to change them is expected to face legal challenges.
And leaders from Maryland's Democratic Party have been crisscrossing the state, and last night they made a stop in Prince George's. This was all a part of a party's statewide Talk Back tour, which launched last month. On Thursday, Maryland Democrats and many county voters came to Surratt's Clinton Branch Library in Clinton. Leaders including Chair Stuart Pittman and First Vice Chair Charlene Dukes hosted a community forum to hear from voters in Prince George's. Some suggestions from attendees included better messaging that counters Republicans and to do research at high schools.
We want to hear from the people. What is going on in your lives? How has your life changed over the last several months? What harm has been done to you based upon the changes that have occurred as a result of the Trump administration? And where can the Democratic Party help you? What do you need from us? And then we'll certainly talk about what we need from you as we think about organizing, about being very clear that we have elections coming up in 2026, and then 2 years later in 2028. And we want to make sure that we are saving our democracy.
And the Talkback Tour will be visiting all 23 counties and Baltimore City. You're watching CTV News. I'm Anaya Falcon.
And I'm Jonathan Hunter. Coming up, one local school is swinging their gloves and taking a shot into their students' future.
After the break, we'll share how they are raising funds for scholarships through golf. Stay with us.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that the big homie needs help too. You can't just rebound from everything. I know you've been grinding.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. I wonder why we waited so long. I'm not wondering anymore. Love, your mind. Let's see how far we can go.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Teachers are dynamic leaders shaping a new generation, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. They're skilled experts, discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, leading by example. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org.
Welcome back. It's official. The Washington Commanders are leaving Prince George's County and coming back to RFK Stadium. The D.C. Council voted 11-2 to approve a stadium deal valued at $3.7 billion. The Commanders would build a new 65,000-seat venue at the RFK site. This is where the Commanders used to play before they moved to Landover in 1997. The deal has come with mixed reactions. Several fans are celebrating the move, while others are concerned about the increase in traffic and pollution.
And a deadly crash in College Park is still under investigation. Police say it happened Tuesday afternoon when a person riding a scooter lost control and struck a median. The rider later died at the hospital. The victim's name has not been released, and investigators are still working to figure out what caused the crash. And anyone with information is asked to call the Collision Analysis and Reconstruction Unit at 301-731-4422. And a student at the University of Maryland says he caught someone recording him while he showered in a dorm community bathroom. It happened just after 10:45 p.m. on Monday in the third-floor bathroom of Dorchester Hall. He says he saw an arm reaching over the shower curtain with a phone before the person slipped away. Police are still searching for the person responsible for the recording. Anyone with information is asked to contact the University of Maryland Police Department at 301-405-3555.
And in other UMD news, a professor has been charged with indecent exposure. The professor has been identified as 67-year-old Richard Charlie Apter. According to police, this happened over the summer during a youth volleyball camp. Counselors overseeing the camp say he exposed himself to teenage girls. Police say Apter was wearing shorts cut to the mid-thigh where his genitals were showing. Apter was charged with 3 counts of indecent exposure and released after paying a $2,500 bond. The university has said he has been placed on administrative leave. Prince George's Community College is teeing up for success, not just on the green, but for students' futures. The College Foundation held its biennial golf tournament to raise funds for their scholarship fund, a fund that students have benefited from for over a decade. This year, they've raised more funds than ever before and hope to continue their work to help students get through college without any financial burden.
We have done extremely well in our numbers this year. We've met all of our goals and actually exceeded them, so we should be able to help many students, and so it's extremely important that we do this.
We have given out over $5 million in scholarships in past years. We want to make a significant difference by helping those individuals that may need financial help, so it lightens that burden for them to go to school.
I'm so grateful for those who has provided the funds for these scholarships. It's such an amazing opportunity. It helps me pay for my classes, it helps me pay for my books, it covers a lot of things here at the college, and I think it's provided great opportunities for me.
To learn more about the scholarship fund, visit pgcc.edu/foundation.
And Governor Wes Moore has announced Microsoft is opening a new quantum research center at the University of Maryland's Discovery District. The center will create a hub for cutting-edge quantum hardware and software development. This partnership brings together academia, government, and private industry, uniting Microsoft engineers with UMD students and researchers. The center will give Maryland early access to quantum prototypes like Majorana 1 and a technology that could change computing forever. And September is National Preparedness Month, a reminder to get ready before disaster strikes. From floods and power outages to extreme storms, first responders may not reach you right away. So the more prepared you are, the faster your community can recover. Officials are encouraging everyone to take simple steps, low or no cost steps right now, like having supplies for at least 3 days without power or water. National Preparedness Month wraps up September 30th with National Preparedness Day.
Looking for one of the safest places to live in America? Well, you don't have to leave the DMV. A new study ranks Bethesda, Rockville, and Great Falls among the safest suburbs in the country. Bethesda came in at number 2, Great Falls took the 3rd spot, and Rockville ranked 4th. The rankings are based on crime rates, traffic fatalities, drug overdoses, and even excessive drinking. Only Lehigh, Utah scored higher than the Maryland and Virginia communities. And still to come on CTV News, a free vaccination clinic for pets this weekend.
And we get behind the scenes and we get a look at this popular hair salon in Bowie.
Coming up, we'll tell you how one local salon, Nadine's Hair Braiding, is using social media to grow its clientele and turning heads across the region.
Vision loss is not something that you feel until it happens.
Most people lose their vision from diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma, not at birth.
With macular degeneration, you lose your central vision.
You have a blind spot right in the center of your face, so I can't actually see your face.
So even that little circle in which I could see became a big blur.
I was 65 when I first was diagnosed with glaucoma.
There were no symptoms. I had no headaches.
3 million Americans have glaucoma, and half don't even know it.
11 million people in the United States have macular degeneration.
You lose mobility, independence, changes your entire life.
So many eye disorders can be treated if caught early.
My husband tells me that I have beautiful brown eyes, and I don't want to lose that.
Make a plan today to get your eyes checked.
Visit brightfocus.org to learn more.
Diversity is in our nature. It is in nature, too. Biodiversity. It connects us and sustains us. But nature's biodiversity is at risk more than ever before, and the future of all life is in our hands. So what will you do? Love it or lose it?
It is so hot out today, but I'm about to get this hike in, and I just had to show you the view. Beautiful. Yo, you should come out here. We came outside to unwind. Oh, wow.
What's the laptop? Transmission.
We outside, come find us.
Welcome back. An African hair braiding shop in Bowie is making heads turn, getting clients in and out of chairs in good time.
CTV's Michaela Newton is at Nadine's and tells us why the shop is so unique.
Ivana, please come back to your hair and help the client. Ivana, please come back to your hair. Tu ne peux pas abandonner ton client, tu pars, Ivana. My name is Nadine Drika, épouse Dronda. I'm the owner of Nadine Hair Braiding in Bowie, Maryland.
If you grew up getting your hair braided, you know it can take hours. But at Nadine's, you come in, get it done, and you're out, usually within 3 hours or less.
I started in the house. I started doing hair just like every other migrant who came to America. And they said, hey, you know what? You can't go back to school right now because you don't have a green card. You need to have that paperwork. So unfortunately, the only thing you can do at the moment is do hair.
She's building an empire and a legacy for her daughter, but she says she's had humble beginnings. Nadine is from Cameroon, where African hair braiding has a long, deep history.
It's part of the culture. Knowing how to do hair is not something tough. We do it in every single day of our life. But when you go out, then you realize that it's my first source of surviving income. You do it. But back home, doing hair is not something you're proud to say.
Nadine's is continuing to grow its clientele using social media to reach new customers. When you come to Nadine's, you can see a large number of hairstylists doing hairstyles anywhere from twists, cornrows, and boho braids. Whatever you want, they can pretty much get it done. But what's unique about Nadine's is not just the hairstyles you can get or how fast stylists can braid, but it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now in their new location, with about 200 stylists, most of them have heard about the job through other employees.
I like it.
because my family enjoy. I take care of my family, my children.
At first, I thought it would be strange, as in being the only male breeder here, but the way they welcomed me, the way they treated me, it's like home away from home.
Clients say the shop is convenient and a lifesaver on time.
I got boho knotless. They're about mid-back length, and I got them in the color 4 and 30.
Victoria Garner says she's been coming to Nadine's for 2 years now.
The price is fair and that it's really convenient because they get you in and out really fast, which I feel like is a big thing for me because I have a busy career. So sitting for 6 hours and getting my hair done is something I can't do. So that's why I keep coming back.
Nadine says she's not looking to franchise or expand even more just yet.
I wish every single stylist in here would braid like I used to braid. I wish every client that pushed the door leave satisfied.
Michaela Newton, CTV News.
And thanks, Michaela, for that story. And I'm not going to go there to get, my hair braided, but I could probably take my wife there because I remember in the past when we went to, different shops to do her hair braiding, it took hours.
Yes, it did not take me hours when I went to Nadine's. I was in there for maybe an hour and a half. It was very enjoyable.
That's awesome.
Left out beautiful. If you're looking to book an appointment at Nadine's today, you can go to nadineshairbraiding.com. And a shot at good health for your four-legged friends, Prince George's County is making it easy and free. This Sunday, the Animal Services Division is hosting a free drive-up vaccination clinic. Pet owners can get rabies shots, microchipping, and licenses for their cats and dogs, all at no cost. Proof of residency is required, and organizers say registration is encouraged.
We're having a free vaccination clinic where you can come up and get your rabies vaccine, a microchip, as well as the county license. It is free for PG County residents. You can go online on our website and register. It's not required, but we do recommend you registering and everything. And that's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday, September 21st.
And the event runs rain or shine on September 21st while supplies last. For more information, head to Prince George's Pets at 4us.com.
Maple Tree Investments, a global real estate firm based in Singapore, has sold 6 warehouse buildings in Upper Marlboro. The buildings were sold for a whopping $103 million to Equus Capital Partners. The buyer was attracted to Upper Marlboro because of sustained rental growth and low industrial vacancies in the area. Equus is planning big improvements on the 578,000 square foot facility. The sale comes as the industrial real estate market in Maryland remains in high demand since COVID.
And starting in early October, Bank of America is raising its minimum hourly wage in the U.S. to $25 an hour. This raise applies to all full-time and part-time hourly roles and pushes a full-time starting salary to just over $50,000 a year. That's fulfilling a pledge made years ago and building on steady raises. Since 2017, starting pay has gone up by more than $20,000. Bank of America isn't stopping there. The company is offering professional development, tuition help, and benefits, and even sabbaticals for their staff. And now it's time for our Thursday sports page.
That's right. What's cracking lacking, Simon?
Hey everyone, and coming right up, the UMD women's basketball team lands another big-time recruit. Find out who after the break. Be right back.
before sunrise. On top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live our lives to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like, they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
All right, sports fans, it's time for your favorite segment. We begin with some news out of College Park as the UMD women's basketball team continues to rack up their recruits as 4-star forward Mimi Tiero has committed to playing for the Terps. Standing at 6'4", Tiero has been an absolute beast playing for Quaker Valley in Pennsylvania, averaging 23 points, 17 boards, and 4 blocks in just her junior year. Tiero, who is in the class of 2026, selected Maryland after taking an official visit this past weekend. Tiero joins 5-star prospect and shooting guard Jordan Jackson in the 2026 recruiting class. The Pennsylvania native chose Maryland over schools like Oregon, Kentucky, and Michigan. And sticking with Terps talk, the women's soccer team will try to avoid 4 straight losses when they take the field against Indiana. The game begins at 7 o'clock. And speaking of soccer, there was some high school boys action yesterday, as Laurel got shut out by Winters Mill 5-0, and Bowie took down Northwestern at home 4-1. With yesterday's loss, the Spartans are now 2-3, while the Bulldogs are now 4-0. Meanwhile, as I reported earlier in the week, Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels suffered a knee sprain in the team's matchup against the Green Bay Packers last week. And because of that, the former first-round pick status going into the team's Week 3 matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders is in question. Now, if Daniels can't suit up on Sunday, then veteran backup Marcus Mariota is the next man up. And Mariota touched on a possibility of being named QB1 ahead of the matchup.
Well, just grateful. And I think for me, I've just been very thankful for my time here and being around these guys. It's such a fun group. But like you said, you never really know what this is going to look like through the course of your career, and every opportunity you get to play, I'm just grateful for it. So if it comes down to that, I'll be excited to play, and I'll be really looking forward to it.
Kickoff is at 1 o'clock. In other news, the Baltimore Orioles took down the Chicago White Sox in their final game of the series last night, 3-1. The Birds will now shift their focus to their series against the New York Yankees, which begins tonight at 7:15. And finally, the Washington Nationals closed out their series against the Atlanta Braves last night with a loss, 9-4. The Nats will look to get back in the win column when they face off against the New York Mets tomorrow at 7:10. And that wraps up your Thursday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports. See you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, Simon. Now let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, clear skies with a low of 62. Tomorrow, it'll be bright and sunny with a high of 86.
Saturday, we get a little cooler, but it will be mostly sunny with a high of 77. Sunday, mostly cloudy skies with a high of 75. And for our community calendar, join the city of New Carlton this weekend as they celebrate their annual Community Day. The day will be included with food, games, a petting zoo, and an education and career fair, and over 80 health and wellness vendors.
The event is happening tomorrow from 12 to 6 p.m. at Beckett Field. For more information, visit the City of New Carrollton's website. And that wraps up CTV News for now. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.